Hopefully this lighting is fine. Y'all, I'm so bummed. I wanted to film inside the house. My ring light is broken. Like the end. I don't know if I could get it fixed. Hold on. Like everything is still fine. It's just this. I think I could probably get it fixed. Like if I take it to the shops and ask them how much they'll charge to fix this thing. So hopefully this lighting is okay. I decided I'm just gonna film with my front camera so I know everything, see everything that's going on. But anyway, hello everybody, welcome back, or welcome rather to BERADE. I know I've been gone for a while. Things have been hectic. I'm always disappearing. I know. But you know what? Let's not live in the past. So today I wanted to talk about. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. Honestly, I think I'm gonna title this video "Varsity Advice." Right, advice rather that I wish that I would have known when I went to varsity. So I've been in varsity for like 4 years. I'll be graduating this year. Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. West. I'm so impressed, guys. It's been a struggle. I think maybe I'll make more videos in the month of Feb or March relating to like varsity, because I know that there are a lot of people that are going to varsity right now for their first year. And I think, you know, as a person that has been through it and will be graduating this year, you know, I'm in the position to, you know, give advice where I can. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I wrote these things down in this book. So if you see me reading, I just want to make sure that I'm saying everything that I had planned to say. And if I have anything spontaneous that pops in my mind, I'll just let you guys know. But the first one that I wrote down here is that it's all about balance. It's really, really all about balance. Varsity is so different to high school. And when I'm talking about balance, it's obviously, you know, the reason that you're there for. You're there to study, you're there to get your degree, your diploma, you're there to get a qualification. Nonetheless, right, you should also, or if you do decide, let me not say you should, if you do decide to involve yourself in some other things, right, whether it's extracurricular activities or anything of that sort, it's really all about balance. And it teaches you a lot about time management. It really teaches you how to prioritize things of that sort. So don't think that, oh, just because I'm going to varsity, I'm going to be in the library all the time 24/7. You know, 365, okay, not 365, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Because I think that's the mentality that I went in with. Firstly, I had my first year in 2020. That's when COVID hit. So you could say I had like my first year for like a good 6 months, 3 months, and then COVID, and then I forgot what happened the rest of the year because it was online from there on. But it's all about balance, okay? You're not going to be in the library 24/7 if you really realize time management, prioritizing, and balance, okay? Because I personally did a lot of things when I was in varsity, right? But obviously over the years there was a time where I was a part of a society that required us to, you know, practice 2-3 times a week for a couple of hours, on top of schoolwork that I had, assignments that I had, tests that I had to study for, on top of, you know, a lifestyle I was trying to live. Maybe I should find a different spot next time because these cars. So for example, I think I was my busiest 3rd and 4th year. So this is how my day would go. Sharp, I sleep whatever time, right? No matter what time I slept, I make sure that I'm up at a certain time. But firstly, also I want to emphasize, have someone to do these things with you, hey? Wait, actually, let me just cut that out. I'll get to that part at the end because it's something that you see now. I mustn't get too excited and say everything right now. But it's cool. So I'd wake up at between 4:30 5 a.m. right? Let's say I have a 7:30. 4:30 5 a.m. I'm up. And then I wake up 4:30. Yes, because I wanted to get to the gym at 5 a.m. It was within walking distance for me personally. I get to the gym at 5 a.m. I do my thing. At 7, I make sure I'm done with everything. I walk back home, eat, get to class. I have a 7:30, and then I do my work. Obviously, you're not gonna have class literally from 7:30 until 6 p.m. the whole day. Maybe on one of your busiest days it could happen, right? But there were other times where I only had one class a day and that class only started at 4 p.m. or that class only started at 2 p.m. Those were my favorite days. But yeah, it's all about balance. Make sure that you have, I don't know, what I wish I would have done I'm not gonna lie and say I did it. What I wish I would have done more is to always prepare before class. I think there's really something about sitting in a class not understanding what's going on, and then you see that people are answering, people are raising their hands, and you feel like people are going like, oh, okay, it makes sense, and you're just there like, what are you talking about? So make sure that you do that. So after, let's say, class ends at 2 p.m., 4 p.m. that day, I make sure that maybe I go home, obviously, to eat if I hadn't eaten, or I go to the library, and I only typically got back to my place at like 7, around 7, 6. And on certain days, I'll be cross-nighting, so I'd get home maybe around midnight, 10 p.m. when the library closes, right? But it's so important to make sure that do your work first. It's all about balance. I hope I haven't like overemphasized this part, because I see that this video is at 4 minutes, but it's really all about balance for number one. Number two, explore and ask. You're going into a brand new environment. You don't know what is where, you don't know who is who, you don't know, it's a new environment. So make sure that you explore. Take some time when you're not doing anything throughout your day to like walk around, find out about these places, get a friend if you're there with a friend. Unfortunately for me, when I went to Bosch where I was studying, I was the only one of my friends in my friend group that went there. It is so hot, guys. Why are we melting? The sun, please. Oh, Jesus. I was the only one in my friend group that went there. I was all alone, I was isolated. So I really made it a point to, walk around, get to know campus, get to know the place where I stayed around. I stayed around the Bolt, which is like very busy. That's where majority of the shops are, where majority of the students are anyway, because everybody's going up and down, going about their business. Definitely explore, ask questions, ask people are willing to help you. You don't have to like suffer on your own, be like, okay, now I'm lost, I don't know where to go. Ask people, and you will find that it is through asking those people that you make your acquaintances and you make your friends and things of that sort. Okay. The likelihood of someone kind of leading you astray when you ask them, for me, I think, because for Bosch specifically, is very, very low. Okay, this is not Joburg CBD. What's this? This is not like a Joburg CBD situation, okay? Because I've heard a lot of rumors about that. I don't know how true it is. Please don't come for me in the comments. But definitely ask people. Then you'll make your acquaintances from there. Right. So then the third point is to help people. You can't do it alone. Again, the thing with acquaintances, help people, guys. So like offer your help where you can offer your help, because you don't know when it is that this good seed that you're sowing is really going to come back to you. I'm not saying that you should do it expecting something in return, but I'm just letting you know that being a good person, helping people out does pay off. For example, let's say with obviously school related stuff, get acquainted with the people that are studying your course, the people that are in your class, that are regulars in your class, people that you see are answering and are interacting with the lecturers. Befriend them, make acquaintances with them, get to know them, help each other out, because you can't do it alone. I think if I had tried to do this degree thing on my own, guys, I don't know if I would have made it. I really don't know, because at the end of the day, there is somebody else who's going to understand the concept or something that is being taught way better than you are, and you're going to be understanding something way better than someone else. So why not fill in each other's gaps? Why not teach each other? Why not learn from each other? It saves time. It builds relationships. It helps you understand things better and more thoroughly, instead of just assuming that, this is how this works. This is how this theory works, whatever. So the thing that I studied had a lot of theory. It didn't have anything to do with numbers. I'm bad with numbers. I studied Bachelor of Laws. I was like, theory is my thing, and theory is indeed my thing. So help other people and they'll help you. Okay? Because I don't listen. When I'm telling you, there's been many, like, it's just popping in my head right now. I was about to move on. When I'm telling you, there's been many days where I'm like, it's 2-3 days before this test. I don't understand how this goes, or I have so much work to study, and then somebody just sent me notes out of the blue. Someone just sent me their notes out of the blue, and I'm just like, thank God. I thank God for those people. Like, you're sent from God, and it's just like, oh my goodness, thank you. Oh my god, guys, help people. When you're helping people, you're also helping yourself. Okay, even if it doesn't pay off, make the gesture. All right, so another thing, participate in other activities outside of academics, guys. Also, I feel like you're gonna go crazy. Yes, definitely prioritize your academics, but I think it's also very important for your mental health and your social skills that you're building, because you're gonna go into the corporate world, right, where you need to learn certain skills that you weren't able to learn when you were in high school. For example, you're in an environment with people that have families, people that have kids. It's not just your age mates that you're talking to. So definitely learn how to network. Definitely find out if there's anything that you can be a part of in the varsity, anything that you can get a certificate for, because it's all going to pay off at the end of the day when you are applying for your jobs and things of that sort, to have to be like, okay, I did this in leadership, I did this, I have this experience, I did this, that, and the third, right? As instead of just, oh, all I did is just focusing on academics 24/7. I think it's good to show your versatility if you are a versatile person, and make it a strong point to show that you can do more than one thing. So definitely participate. Another thing, which is number 5, guys, talk to your lecturers. Talk to them. Their office hours. I was always like, oh, I'm so shy. What am I gonna say there? Say when I get there. And guys, talk to your lecturers. Talk to them. They're there to help you. They're there for you, honestly. So, and another thing that I learned is that however a lecturer presents themselves in front of the class is not necessarily the same way they're going to be presenting themselves when it's one-on-one in their office. So if you have certain questions, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go from, go find out from your lecturer how it is that you should approach a certain question, for example. All right, go talk to your lecturers. They will help you, and make sure that you don't make it like a last minute thing. Don't make it a last minute thing. Make your face familiar. I really wish that I did that more often, make my face familiar. I did go see my lecturers, yes, but I didn't really make my face like familiar, yo. Because I was like, I think I was kind of holding back to a certain extent, but I mean, like, it's past now. But this is me telling you what I should have done. Go to your lecturers, make your face familiar. Yes, because you made your face familiar, they're gonna pick on you maybe in class to like answer questions. But I think that's really not a bad thing. It's a good challenge, if anything, And then the other one, I feel like I just lost. I'll just name them maybe in the video. Count them in the video. Another one is friends in varsity. Guys, make new friends. Make new friends. Varsity, like, it's a beautiful place to learn other cultures, learn other people, learn how to be accommodative, learn how to be accepting of other people, learn how to survive, learn how to adapt in different environments with different personality traits. It's not in high school where you only need to stick with your clique and that's it, right? And everybody just has the same, like, the culture is the same, the vibe is the same. People will introduce you to new things that you don't know that you'll like and things like that. Guys, make new friends. Make new friends. And another thing, just because you were friends with somebody in high school doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to be friends in varsity, whether or not you guys went to the same varsity or not, or even to the extent of, like, just because y'all were close in high school doesn't mean that you guys are going to be close to the same extent at varsity, for example, right? So in first year, like, I was all alone, okay? All alone. And as much as I was close to my friend group in high school, everybody is now like spread out all over like South Africa, and they're living their own lives as well. So it's also important for you to make room for new people that will teach you new things. For example, a friend that I do have today that I hold very, very dear to me, very, very dear to my chest, that I met in varsity. It was actually through an extracurricular activity that I was doing, right? Because I was pursuing, music and performing and stuff like that. Who's calling me? Oh, mama! Okay, my mom was just calling to check up on me, guys. so sweet. She's so sweet, that woman. But yes, where was I think I was on the topic of friends. I don't know if I ended it all, but long story short, for me, the friends that I'm very, very close with are not necessarily the friends that I met within my course. Even though, yes, we did the same course, but I met them when I was exploring other things. So I think just always be an open person, and, you know, if it is God's plan to position certain people in your life to turn it and steer it a certain way, let that happen. Be open to letting that happen. Don't be so closed off, because you're also kind of blocking your blessings and blocking your growth from happening just because you're like, oh, no new friends, I don't trust people. I understand some people are going to do you dirty. There's really nothing that you can do about that, and it's really not a reflection of you. It's really not a reflection of your worth as a person. So some people are just like that, and I have bumped into some people that I'm just like, you know, but we learn, right? Don't they all say, you know, someone is in your life for a reason, or a season, a lesson, or a reason, whatever they say. But I've got some lessons from those people, and from those lessons actually was actually good in retrospect, because it helped me choose my friends better, choose people that are more suited to my liking, people that are interested in things that I'm interested in. I'd say that I have a lot of acquaintances, but I don't necessarily have a lot of friends that I've made from like varsity. I think the friends that I've made from varsity, I can count them on my one hand. Literally, I can count them like friends. I can count them on my one hand, and that's throughout all the 4 years, you know. But you don't need gang people. All you need is quality. All you need is quality friends. And another thing is study tips. Yeah, don't skip your lectures. Don't skip your lectures. First, I'm telling you this from experience, and I think, you know, definitely I was warned about it, yes, because people were like, oh, once you do it, it's gonna become so easy, you know. So obviously first year I was still like good girl, because I still had my high school mentality. Second year I was still like good girl, because I still had my high school mentality. I think things started to slip a little bit when I was in third and fourth year, where now, obviously, in certain situations, you literally can't, you know, attend your lecture, you know. For one, I personally had a really bad situation happening with like my foot, plantar fasciitis. I had kind of still have, but it's a lot better. It's healed a lot better now. Plantar fasciitis, so it was very difficult for me to walk. So for those reasons, I'd have to skip some lectures, right? But there are really some lectures that I feel like deep down, like I really didn't have a reason to skip it. Hey, I was literally just being, you know. And another thing, have a study partner. One thing that really worked for me is having a study partner. I had one study partner, and we'd be accountable to each other. We would cross nights together, and when we were studying, we set goals together. We keep each other like in shape. Be like, okay, today I'm going to be covering study unit 5 and study unit 6. What are you going to be today? Going to be studying today. And then he would let me know, and then we'd just like, at the end of the day, okay, cool, I'm done with mine. It's just like, you know, you take it off. It's better than just keeping it, you know, just with yourself. And then another thing, guys, don't fall into the trap of, oh, I'll study when I get home. I study better when I'm at home. I study better late at night. I'll wake up in the morning to finish studying. Guys, just don't I remember so many times I'm like, I'm writing a test the next day. Okay, not so many times. Whoa, wait. I remember there were times where I didn't necessarily study something as thorough as I should have. And then I was tired. And mind you, maybe I'm writing the test the next day at like 7:30, right? So I'm like, no, you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna wake up at 3 and go through this thing again. When that 3 came and I was in deep sleep, I'm like, no man, you know what? I understand my work. I trust myself. And then what happens? And in that section that I didn't study thoroughly, what does it do? Show up in the test. And once that section showed up in the test, guys, wish you could kick yourself. But so don't fall into those traps, guys. Don't skip your lectures. I feel like I do really believe, like they warned me, once you start doing it, it becomes very easy, and then you start finding excuses to keep doing it, to keep skipping lectures. Okay, so don't do that. I'm not gonna really talk too much about it because I don't know if my mom's gonna be watching this video. But what matters is that I attended majority of my lectures. Majority. Over 90%. Over 90%. Um Another one is to writing tests and prioritizing. So in varsity you have like your, what I call it, sick tests. You have your, no, not sick tests, that's not the word that I'm looking for. I wanted to say you have your optional tests, right? So let's say for example you have 5 assessments as a whole throughout the specific semester. Let's say it's a module that only lasts 6 months, right? So you're going to have maybe 3 tests, 1 assignment, and then the exam. Okay, so within those 3 tests they'll pick best 2 out of 3, for example. Just, even though they say that, nah, I'm telling you right now, don't listen to it, don't follow it. Write all the tests. That's what I did. Write all the tests. Don't be like, okay, since they're picking the best 2 out of 3, it's fine, I'm gonna skip now out this coming test, and I'll just write the next 2. Because another thing is, I personally feel like the first test is usually the easiest, and then they just get harder and harder and harder. And even at that, you don't know what the next test is going to look like. So rather cover your bases right now. Write all 3 tests knowing that, okay, at least I'm told it's not a situation where you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I wrote the last test because I really failed really, really bad in this test. Okay? There's always something to make up for. Please, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then another thing, also guys, if you fail, the world is not gonna end. Hey, like, one thing I learned is that the world is not, when I tell you how many tests I have failed, and I'm just like, what is my mom gonna say, what's my dad gonna say, like, when I'm just like, I have failed this test so badly. Like, I have seen my worst marks in this, it's these 2 modules throughout these 4 years, these 3 modules. Oh, they gave me hell. Guys, so traumatic. When you're trying your best but you can't seem to, guys. But it's really not the end of the world, because, ooh, what's happening with my phone? I don't know what happened there. But as I was saying, when you fail a test, it's not the end of the world. If anything, it gives you an opportunity to go and find out what went wrong, what happened, talk to your lecturers again. And if there's a perusal, please always check where it is. Check with the memos. Don't just accept your marks as they are. Check, compare your paper that you wrote against your memo. If there's really something that you feel like you could have gotten marks for and you're really, really sure, bring it up with the lecturer. But you need to be really, really sure, because there are certain instances where if you take your paper to the lecturer, it's still a risk at the end of the day, because that mark might even go lower. You know what I mean? That mark might go lower, that mark might go higher. So just make sure that whatever it is that you're going to the lecturer for to try fix is something that is substantial, and you're not just, trying your luck, because trying your luck might just throw you in the deep end. You know what I mean? So do remember that. And another thing, guys, be a Karen. I really I really support being a Karen in varsity. Hey guys, be a Karen. Listen, be a Karen. Because with whose marks? With whose academics? With whose time? Guys, be a Karen. I know that there's one lecturer that, most of the people in my course were just having a problem with in varsity. Still, even now, still today. It's literally almost the end of January, right? And I know that some people need to write a third opportunity for the specific module that was conducted by this specific lecturer that people had a problem with. Be a Karen. Report. That issue that you think, I'm just gonna throw it under the rug. Don't do it. Report. Email. CC if you need to CC. Visit the office if you need to visit the office. All respectfully. Of course, all respectfully. But guys, put yourself first and be a Karen. And another thing, especially for the ladies, guys, please, if you I mean, I can't really. Should I give this advice or not? But I'd just advise for you to not date in varsity, eh? Don't. Especially first and second year while you figuring things out, just figure things out, observe, and then make the decision if you want to date. And even when you date, guys, please don't be a res wife. Please don't let these boys fool you, guys. I've seen so many situations. Hey, when you're a mother there at the accommodation, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're ironing, you're being wife material. Guys, please don't be a res wife. Don't be abused. Don't be fooled. Don't be abused. Don't be fooled. Okay. Put your academics first, guys. When you know that you're writing a test, and you know that your man is also writing a test, but you're going to take your time to go and cook and clean for him while he studies for his test, what about your academics? What about him? You know, I could go on a rant about all of this, but I think this is just where I'm gonna end it. Hopefully those tips were helpful to you guys. I know that there are a lot of people, like I said, starting varsity soon. Also people just really enjoy videos like this, because you know I was searching videos like this when I had to go to varsity. So hopefully it was helpful. I'll be posting more soon, more varsity related things soon, and then you know I'll share them with you guys, you know. But I hope that you guys have a good day, and don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe, to comment down below, and I will see you next time. One more thing, you're on your own. You're going to do the dishes and no one's gonna help you. You're going to do the cooking and no one's gonna help you. Is that how that sound goes? I should find it and maybe like put it here somewhere. But you literally on your own. It's not like high school where your teacher's gonna be like, where's Tola? Oh, she's banking. Please go get her. We're gonna give her detention. You're on your own, okay? These lecturers are there to do their job. If you show up, your responsibility. If you don't, it's your responsibility, you know? So there's that freedom. You're not gonna be spoon-fed, okay? A demarcation, a scope. Leave that in high school. It doesn't exist. It does not exist. It does not exist. You're gonna have to study everything. You're gonna have to study everything, and you're gonna just have to see what is important, what isn't from the study guide. But guys, there's a point, especially third and fourth year, I believe there's a point where you just have to accept to go to. There's really no such thing as a scope demarcation from page mama to page mama. What topics you need to study, because you're on your own. You're really entirely, whether you decide to show up for the test or not, that's your cross to carry. Whether you decide to study or not, that's your cross to carry. Whether you decide to attend or not, that's your cross to carry. Whether you decide to use up all your money on Groove, or whether you're gonna actually put your needs first and actually get your grocery and stuff, or if you're gonna be eating noodles the entire month, that's your cross to carry. Whether you're gonna prioritize friends over your studies, that's your cross to carry. Whether you're gonna prioritize your res wife or your res husband over academics, that's your cross to carry. But you know what? I've said my piece. Bye bye.